The defense technology company TurbineOne cut the ribbon today at their new innovation hub in Old Town. The site, named T1 Machine Works, integrates AI, autonomy, and hardware experimentation to accelerate frontline military technology development. TurbineOne says they chose Maine for their new site for several reasons: a skilled workforce, great universities and community colleges, a long history of supporting national defense, and what they described as an extraordinary tradition of building things. After finally setting up shop in the Pine Tree State, one thing stood out to them the most.
But what has stood out the most to us is the people, is to you all here. From our first conversations when we landed in Maine, people here asked us one version or another of, how can we help? What can we build together? And everybody's meant it. That instinct to solve problems, build things, and get to work is exactly what drew TurbineOne to Maine.
TurbineOne is currently executing a nearly $99 million U.S. Army contract.